the qualities in Adam was now split into two. So as he made Eve from Adam, he took the willpower and put it in each of them. The logical power is with the man, while the spiritual power with the woman. The emotional power with the woman, while the physical power with the man. The social power with the woman, while the material power is with the man. So man, today, you are supposed to be logical because God gave you logical power. You're supposed to be, you're supposed to have physical power and you're supposed to have material power. The woman is naturally spiritual. She has spiritual power. She has emotional power. So don't be saying why is she emotional. God gave her that emotional power and she has social power. I will tell you what all these powers are. So you can see that the things God put inside her is different from the things God put inside you. So you don't expect her character, her behavior, her reactions to be the same as your own. Now, why does a woman think differently from man? Is because in your mind, in the mind of a man, man has logic. He has logical power. Man was given the logical power to enable him rule the earth, have dominion over the earth, rule the earth, which includes rule his family, his businesses, his all nature around him. Do you understand? And then the logical power was not given to a woman because her job, her duty as a woman was to be a companion, and her job as a companion does not require tasking the brain or rigorous thinking. So the man's duty it has to do with logic, because logic must be applied in naming the animals, trimming the garden, caring for all the natures around him. The man still has to be the one to till the ground, instruct her and direct her how she should take care of the family. All these duties you see that men employ, all these duties you see men carry out, they are tasks that require logic and reason. You understand? So that's why you see that logic was not given to the woman, but logic was given to the man, because it is the man that is to do this very task. Number two, why I say that the woman is more spiritual, has more spiritual power than the man, is that the woman was given spiritual power, but the man was not given spiritual power. It was not given to the man. Since the man was to, labor and exhaust his physical strength in daily toil, the woman, by uniting with him as a helper, she, the woman, was to draw spiritual strength from God and then supply it to the man in order to renew him again. By so doing, she also renews herself. You get? So the power is still there till tomorrow. The man is more open to the word of creative thinking and reasoning, while the woman is more open to the word of the spirits. The man and the woman, they have heads, but my dear, different things are in each of them. The woman is more spiritual. When you look at a woman, you just see her physical. Men are attracted. You have heard that statement before. A man is attracted by what he sees, just the physical. You are looking at her fine shape, her curve, her speech, her fine hair, her long hair, her pointed nose. That is all you can see. But a woman looks at you, she's seeing your spiritual part. Women know men who are close to God. Women can, in a sport, she can tell a man that is a chosen one, a man that has value, a man that has the light of God just in a sight. A woman can spot that out. Now tell me, how does she do it? She's spiritual. That's why God just pray that God should not give you an evil woman. They connect faster to the spirit world. If she's obedient to God, if her heart is pure with God, she takes instruction from Holy Spirit. But if her heart is not pure with God, she doesn't even need Holy Spirit to access the spirit world. She has direct access, like window, to the word of the spirit, and she's having receiving instruction from evil spirit and demons, and begins to torment your life. Do you understand? So man is logical, woman is spiritual. You see people say, don't let woman pray for you. You say, my wife pray for me, I'm going for this contract, and then your prayer is answered. Do you understand? Number one, man is logical, the woman is not. So the woman depends on the man for logic. Don't go and ask her, my wife, what do you think? How are we going to go about this? Don't ask her. You should be the one thinking. That's why God gave you the logic. Women, they get angry when you are trying to seek their opinion. They may be pretending that you did this, you did not tell me. In her heart, she knows that you are the one who is logical. You get? Spiritually, don't joke with women. They are highly spiritual because God made it so. The spiritual power was not to destroy you. It was to complement you, because two of you are one. So you do the physical work, the logical work. She does the spiritual work, and two of them mesh together, and then your head is intact. The mind holds the willpower. The mind holds the spiritual power, and the mind holds the logical power. The mind, the heart, and the body. He said, thou shalt love the God, your Lord, your God, with all your mind, with all your heart, and with all your body. But another name for body is soul, and with all your soul. So in the mind now that he's talking about mind here, it means all those powers that are inside your mind, which is your will power, your power to choose to do what to do or not to do, your power to choose to act or not to act, your power to choose or to decide what to do and what not to do. That is will power. The logic is also in the mind. You reason creatively on how to solve problems in this world, real life problems, reason and creative thinking, how to predict future events by what is happening today, how to record the past. All these are works of the mind, logic. Number 3 is emotional power. You understand? Now let me tell you the secret why women are always emotional. When God created Eve from Adam, God shared these 6 powers which I've already told you before. You understand? So he gave the man this logical power, he gave him physical power, and he gave him the material power. You understand? I talked about this just a few seconds ago. Then for the woman, he gave her spiritual power, gave her emotional power, and gave her social power. So you can now see that her nature is different from your nature, that you should stop complaining. Understand what is inside her. Study it, my friend. When you study it, my brother, you will live happier. You understand? Now, do men cry? Yes, men do cry. Men, they also have emotions. Do men feel happy? Yes, they feel happy. Do men feel sad? Yes, men do feel sad. They feel sad because they have emotions. Men do feel emotions, so don't think it's only women. Men, they feel emotions, they cry. If you see where some men are crying, they break into tears and you would think that they are women. They have emotions. Now, what is now the difference? Men do feel emotions, but they don't have the power to process the emotion. That's the difference. But God did not give him the emotional power. He feels the emotion, but God did not give him the emotional power. Do you understand? When they say men are not emotional creatures, have you heard that before? They say men are not emotional creatures. What does that mean? It means that God did not give them the power to process emotion. They can only feel pain, feel happiness. They have feelings, but they cannot process it deeper. But the woman, God gave her emotional power. She can feel happiness, she can feel sadness, she can feel pain, and also have the power to process them. It is the processing process that weighs her down. Do you understand? It weighs her down. It's just like machine is working. Machine is processing something. It is the processing of that emotion that often weighs a woman down, because it is she that God gave that duty to be processing the emotion. Do you understand? It weighs her down, and then she breaks into cry. And then the man will be saying, hey, is it because of this small thing that you're crying? And she'll be saying, you're calling this smarty, you're calling this smarty, you're calling this smarty. To you, the man, it is small thing. You're calling it small thing because he, the man, cannot process the emotion to know how deep and how big it is on the inside. He doesn't have that power. Man and woman are permitted to feel emotions. Why? Because they both are flesh and blood. They are human beings. But no man outside a woman is permitted to process emotion. You understand? If you try to do that, it means that you are doing a woman's job. And she's going to hate you when you try to do that. Because you are trying to do her job. She's going to hate you because you are trying to do her job. Women don't like it when you are emotional. You have heard that before. Women don't like a man that is emotional. This thing that I've explained to you is the reason. That's why when a father dies, or grandpa, when a loved one dies, when the father dies, the man looks at the dead body in the coffin. He walks past the dead body, goes inside the kitchen, carries his food and starts eating. Does he feel pain? The pain, yes. But his tears will not come as he's eating food. But the woman's own is not like that. She feels the pain. She sees the same dead body that the man saw and did not cry. Then she sees the same dead body and she breaks into tears and says, she's now crying. What's she doing? She's processing that feelings, that emotion. The man did not feel it because he's not processing it. But the woman is processing that pain, the feeling that the death has caused. And I tell you, you see that emotion that she has entered, that process, it will never be over until she has finished the work of processing that emotion.